Partners Bank, the bank that listens.
Thank you to Partners for letting us do this. Now, in the background, you hear Farmer John by a band called the Tidal Waves. Now, this is not something that I'm not going to bring Bill O'Neill on, although it's something you might hear on Bill O'Neill's show, which runs here every single Sunday night from 7 to 9. Mike Descoteaux, if you can bring the microphone in just a little bit, as I have a guest here from the Biddeford Saco Music Hall of Fame, which covers more than just Biddeford Saco, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. But, Mike, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me in today, Andy.
You have the third annual event coming up in a couple of weeks. Can you tell us a little bit about the Tidal Waves and also the event itself?
Yeah, this is going to be our third year, as you just said. The Greater Biddeford Saco Music Hall of Fame started in 2024, and basically is dedicated to celebrating and honoring, preserving the legacy of bands and musical artists who have left their mark here in the York County area. I know our name says the Greater Biddeford Saco Music Hall of Fame, but we certainly branch out and include all musicians who have played in the past throughout the county. Keyword being greater, because the Tidal Waves have quite the history in Sanford. That's correct. That's a band out of Sanford that I think began in the early 60s, maybe 1964, and played for many years. We have 5 other bands that will be inducted on May 3rd, Sunday, May 3rd. We have Armand Paquette, who was a fiddler and guitar player. For those of you as old as I am, you may remember Ken McKenzie and his show that was on TV and on radio. He was part of that band. He started his career in the 30s, the late 30s, and through the 40s, 50s, and I think started another band later on. We have J.D. Drown, who you may remember was a member of The Blend, which was a local band. He was from Kennebunk originally. We have the Lower East Side Band, which played locally during the 70s and 80s. We have the ID, another band that started in the early 60s. And we have Johnny Jam Martinez, who played with Riot Act, Quiet Riot Act, and on his own, and he was mostly during the 90s. I cannot wait to hear Johnny Jam's induction and also the acceptance speech too, because he's such a great character. Mike Paquette is joining me here from the Greater Saco or Biddeford Saco Music Hall of Fame, and we say greater because it encompasses a lot of York County. How does someone get in the Hall of Fame? Basic question, but you have an answer to it. Well, nominations are key. Yeah. And each year in the fall, early fall, we open up nominations, and this past year we had 40 nominees that the selection committee had to pick from, which was great. The key part of the nomination procedure is to include as much information as you can. So we want to arm the people who are on the selection committee with a plethora of information that they can make their decision from. Because annually we typically select 5 people. If there's a tie, we'll go to the 6th person, and that happened this year. Having had some experience with Hall of Fames in the past, the question I would get the most would be like, well, why isn't so-and-so in the Hall of Fame? And I'm like, that's because you didn't nominate them. That's correct. You got to actually do the work yourself. And we hear that as well. Yeah. We have a Facebook page where people make the comments, but you got to nominate to see your person at least have a chance to get inducted. So they do celebrate, and that's coming up in a couple of Sundays. How do people get tickets for this event? So you can buy tickets online. You can get the link off our Facebook page, or you can just type in the Biddeford Saco Music Hall of Fame into your browser, and it'll take you to the Biddeford Cultural and Heritage page. So the Biddeford Cultural and Heritage Group is actually the umbrella, and the Music Hall of Fame is under that umbrella. Okay. But if you go to the Biddeford Cultural and Heritage page, you'll see the link at the top for the Music Hall of Fame. You can buy tickets online, or you can go to Midtown Music in Biddeford to get a physical ticket until May 1st. And then tickets will be available on the day of the show.
If it doesn't sell out.
If it doesn't sell out.
You've come pretty
correct.
close to that before.
We have, yeah. So the event is held each year. It has been held each year at the Biddeford Middle School Performing Arts Hall. And that has a capacity of about 800 people.
Jeez.
And we've gotten very close each year, too.
And you mentioned day of the show, so it's not a nighttime show.
No, that'll be, the show starts at 2 p.m. on May 3rd. Mm-hmm. That's a Sunday. And that'll be 2 weeks from today. So tickets are going fast. So I encourage everybody, if you want to go to the show, and it's a terrific show, a lot of great music, get your ticket today.
I like the idea that you're doing it during the afternoon. That's why I brought it up, because who wants to go out on a Sunday night? Once you get to a certain age, you're like, geez, can't they do this during the afternoon? So you are going to be doing it during the afternoon so you can get home and have a good night's sleep so you don't have to mess up that. Mike Descoteaux, thank you for joining the show here this morning. It is the Greater Biddeford Saco Music Hall of Fame coming up on Sunday, May 3rd. This conversation was recorded and will be available on demand on the Seacoast Oldies app, plus all the different streaming places that you can find York County's morning show best of. And you can also check out the reel on social media a little bit later on. We're back to the Music Faster after these.
Connect with York County's morning show at 324-1220.